Hari Om. Welcome to yet another session of Ola Sanskrit Sahitya-rasa series, and we are reading Malavikagnimitram for more than 3 months now, right? And we haven't yet completed the third act. Now, after just 3-4 days, we are having the Devashayani Ekadashi, the most important of the Ekadashi Vrata, that is Devashayani Ekadashi. And I would like to invoke first the Panduranga, who is the Ishtadevata of the entire Maharashtra, because Pandharpur, the Wari, people walk to Pandharpur from their own places on foot, so that Wari has already started. Okay. Mahayoga Pithe Tate Bhimarathyam Varam Pundarikaya Datum Munindreihi Samagatya Tishthantam Anandakandam Parabrahmalingam Bhaje Pandurangam Parabrahmalingam Bhaje Pandurangam. Hari Om. So last time we stopped at the place. Before I start, I think I just gave one exercise, while talking, that if you can pick up some sentences which, the Gadya also, how it gives some Alankara, and Rajani Pai or Priya Pai, somebody, I got that message. So she collected a few examples from Meghaduta. So very nice, and you can collect, I have been telling you while reading the Gadya also, that how even in Gadya we can find Alankaras. Okay. So last time we stopped at Anuragaha Anuragena Parikshitavyaha. The love is to be tested by love. And Bakulavalika remarks this and says that iti sujana vachanam pramani kuru. So she is really acting as a duti, a messenger, an emissary of King Agnimitra, and she is on an errand, on a commission, and entrusted to her, and she is doing her job excellently well. Okay. Then Malavika says, Kim atmanaha chandena mantre se, you are just talking because you want it to happen. Then Bakulavalika says, nahi nahi. Bhartuhu khalu etani pranaya mridukani aksharani bimbantaritani. These are not my words. These are the words of King Agnimitra himself. But only thing is, the bimba had changed. He was supposed to tell you all this, but he is speaking this through me. So bimba is a chavi, is a pratima. So I am the bimba. Basically, the bimba is Agnimitra. I should be the pratibimba. So bimbantaritani. Through another medium, he is expressing his love and his thoughts to you. Then Malavika gets convinced because Bakulavalika is a dear friend. But then she says, Sakhi, Devim Vichintya Name Hridayam Vishwasiti. When I think of Queen Dharini, I don't want to believe in all this. How she will allow, how she will allow Agnimitra to meet me and me to get united with the king, because I am just a dasi, So Devim Vichintya na Vishwasimi. See, again a beautiful example here. Mugdhe Brahmara Sambadhaha iti Vasantavatara Sarvasvam Kim na Chuta Prasavaha Avatamsaitavyaha. She says, Chuta Prasava, that is the fresh mango blossoms, anybody would love because they are having very nice fragrance, very nice fragrance. So anybody would just pluck it and put it in the hair or in the ear as avatamsa, karana avatamsa, as dangling jhumka, in the ear. So just because there are brahmaras, the brahmaras are hovering around it, do we not pluck the chutankura and put it? So, though Dharini is like a brahmara, she might sting you. She might bite you. But then, being afraid of that, fearing that, does anybody resist himself or desist from, from putting the mango blossoms in the body to decorate? So, mango blossom is likened to Agnimitra, and Brahmara Sambadha is nothing but Queen Dharini, who will take strong objection in the union. So, Vasantavatara Sarvasvam, Vasanta Avatara Sarvasvam. This is very interesting, you see, Vasantavatara, Vasanta Avatara Sarvasvam. Similar things you find in Shakuntala also. For example, very nice description of Vasanta Rutu in the 6th act of Shakuntala. And Dushyanta, after getting the ring, he remembers, all that thing comes to him as flashback, Otherwise, he has forgotten Shakuntala, the story of the curse and all, Durvasa's curse, and the ring has been lost by Shakuntala. But when that Dhivara, the fisherman, brings the ring, all the memories, they just overwhelm King Dushyanta, and he doesn't want to enjoy without Shakuntala any of the Madana Mahotsava or the Vasanta. There Kalidasa describes very beautifully Tamra Harita Pandura. How is the Chutankura, the new foliage and the new mango blossom, how varied colors are there, you see. Tamra, Ishat Tamra, little bit reddish. Harita, then they will go on, transforming into Harita. Tamra Harita Pandura. Pandura is fika, pale green, not dark green. It is not Pandura, don't take it as white. Pandura is pale. So, pale green, so little reddish and little pale green. Jivita Sarvam Vasanta Masayoho. That is the Jivita of Vasanta Masayoho, 2 masas, Chaitra and Vaishakha. Okay, Vasanta Ritu is in 2 masas, and therefore Vasanta Masayoho. Drishtosi Chutakoraka Rutumangalam Tvam Prasadayami. So, Kalidasa describes nature so beautifully. Unless a person observes very keenly, he will not be in a position to describe in such a picturesque manner. So, Vasantavatara Sarvasvam, Vasanta Avatara, the arrival of Vasanta. Sarvasvam, what is all in all of the arrival of Vasanta is Chutankura. Kimna avatam saitavyaha, will you not decorate with that? Just fearing the Brahmara, fearing the stinging of the black bees? Malavika says, Tvam tavat durjate atyanta sahaya bhava. If there is any durjata, bad calamities, bad situation, worsening the situations, if it worsens, I will be left alone. I am a dasi. You be my aid. You be my companion and support me. I will need moral support in durjata, in difficult times. Okay? Tvam tavad durjate. Now, here durjate could be a sambodhana of the word durjata. Right? But can you take it as a sambodhana here? Like mala, male, malaha, male, male, malaha. It's akaranta, strilinga shabda. So, durjate would be like male. This is a sambodhana, vocative, singular. But, see, that means Malavika is addressing Bakulavalika as born in a bad family, born in a lowly family. How dare she would do it, right? Number 1, she is her dear friend, and number 2, she is seeking her help in every difficult situation, and therefore, durjate samaye. Durjata you have to take as an adjective of durjate kale, durjate samaye, tvam me atyanta sahaya bhava. Please be of help to me in difficult times. Okay, so you have to pay attention. What is the context? Otherwise, a person who knows simple grammar, like, the Subhashita, right? Aham katham dvitiya cha, yasya shashti chaturthi cha, vihasya cha vihaya cha, aham katham dvitiya cha, dvitiyasyam aham katham. That's a very fine Subhashita. Maybe some other time I'll tell you that story. So, Durjate is not a Sambodhana, it is a Visheshana, and Visheshana locative singular. Saptami Ekavachana. Tvam Tavad Durjate Atyantam Sahaya Bhava. And see the next remark of Bakulavalika. It's a very, what you can say, profound statement and a great assurance given to an intimate friend. Vimaradha Surabhihi Bakulavalika Khalu Aham. I am Bakulavalika. Avalika, a garland, a mala, avali, pankti. I am a mala, I am a garland of Bakula flowers. And how is that? Vimaradha, you press it, you muscle those ko. In fulon ko, Bakula fulon ko, even if you crush, even if you press hard, they will emit nice fragrance. So, howsoever hard you press them, they will yet emit fragrance. So, Vimaradha, it has got two meanings now. One is crushing of the flowers, and Vimaradha is the difficult times when a person is crushed under the burden of that. Okay. So, Vimaradha metaphorically means difficult times. See, Malavika has appealed to her, Durjate Atyanta Sahaya Bhava, and Bakulavalika gives her 100% assurance, Vimaradha Surabhihi Bakulavalika Khaluaham. In the difficult times, my companionship or my friendship will prove all the more better for you. So, निखर के आएगी. हाँ, हमारी जो मैत्री है, ये सुहृद भाव जो है वो निखर कर आएगा. The more difficulties I face, the more I can perform well. Okay, the better I can perform. Vimaradha Surabhi Bakulavalike. Raja is very happy. You have to imagine now that trifocal scene. Iravati and these are also there. Iravati and Nipunika. The king and Gautama, Agnimitra and Gautama, and Bakulavalika and Malavika. So everybody is listening to everything what's happening, right? Sadhu Bakulavalike Sadhu. Bhavajnana Anantara Prastutena Pratyakhyane Datta Yuktottarena Vakyene Yam Sthapita Sveni Deshe Sthane Pranaha Kaminam Duti Adhinaha Dutyadhinaha. Very beautiful verse, and normally the lovers in all the like Shringarika texts like Amaru and all, there is lot more importance given to Duti, an emissary, a messenger sent from the lover to his beloved. Okay, you have this Duti in Gita Govinda. So many, the Sakhi who goes to Radha, she is a Duti sent by Krishna. Right? So, entire Gita Govinda we have this Sakhi thing, and she is the Duti. So, for Duti will come afterwards, come little later. Bhavajnana Anantara Prastutena. What Bakulavalika has done? She has given her promise. She has put forward her words, Prastuta. Okay? After what? Bhavajnana Anantara. After Anantara. After knowing, after the knowledge of Bhava, Malavika's heart. So, Bhavajnana is the first thing. She has ascertained what Malavika really cherishes in her heart. And she has got to know that Malavika deeply loves Agnimitra. So, Bhavajnana. What is the bhava? What are the feelings in Malavika's heart? That she has known first. She has ascertained, she has confirmed that, and then prastuta. Then she has articulated the words or the message from Agnimitra. So, bhavajnana anantara prastutena. Another thing, pratyakhyane datta yukta uttarena. She has given proper answers. Yukta Uttara. Datta. Okay? Dattam, Yuktam, Uttaram, Yaya or Yena Vakyena Tad. And when did she reply in an appropriate manner? Pratyakhyane. Whenever Malavika had doubt, whenever, so just now for example, we read that, oh, Devim Vichintya Name Vishwasimi, Naham Vishwasimi. And then Bakulavalika says, Brahmara Sambadha iti kritva Vasantavatar Sarvaswam Nakim Avatayam Saitavya. Right? So whenever Malavika raises any objection, Bakulavalika is refuting all the objections and she is encouraging Malavika. So Pratyakhyane, at every step when Malavika was little bit apprehensive, and was questioning, Bakulavalika had an answer for that, and that too appropriate answer. Datta Yuktottarena Etena Vakyena, with this Vakya, which Vakya? Vimaradda Surabhihi Bakulavalika Khaluaham. Etena Vakyena Sve Nideshe Sthapita. Sthane, very rightly, appropriately, at the right place, she has made this statement, and Sve Nideshe Sthapita, she has put herself, she has proved herself in the task which was entrusted to her. Nidesha, there was a Nidesha, a mission entrusted with her. Okay, that was Nidesha. It was Sve Nidesha, to her alone, through Gautama, the Vidushaka. Okay, so that Svanidesha she has fulfilled, as if she has put 100%. She has given her more than 100% to the task, to the commission to which she was entrusted to. So she has ensured 100% success in her commission here. Okay, and such a type of, and then comes Sthane Pranaha Kaminam Dutyadhinaha. It is well said that Kaminam Pranaha Duti Adhinaha, the lives of the lovers rest on the dutis, the emissaries. It is rightly said that Kaminam Pranaha Duti Adhinaha. Okay, so duti is very, very important, and such a type of a duti who has been given a special task, she is called Nisrushtartha Duti. Nisrushtartha, she has been sent on a particular, a specific mission. Nisrushtaha Arthaha. Okay, so one specific object she has been given and she has been set for that mission. So this is Nisrushtartha Duti, and in Sahitya-rasa you have the definition for that, and all the commentators give you that definition. Ubhayoho bhavamunniya swayam vadati cha uttaram sushlishtam kurute karyam nisrushtartha tu sasmrita. Ubhayoho bhavam unniya. Ubhayoho, the lover and the beloved. She gets to know the feelings of both these, the lover and the beloved. Unniya, she carries them ahead. Okay, Unniya, and Swayam Vadati cha Uttaram, and she herself, on her own intelligence, her own wisdom, she also speaks some nice words, like here, Vimaradda Surabhi Bakulavalika. Such a beautiful sentence. This was, isko ye patti nahi padhai thi Raja ne, right? So it was not the king's word, it is her own remark. So Swayam vadati cha uttaram, and sushlishtam kurute karyam, and the karya which she is assigned to, she makes it, unite, the uniting of both the people, that she achieves, she accomplishes at every cost, using her own wisdom, her own experience as well. It is not that everything is, given spoon-fed to Bakulavalika, she herself comes out with some of these answers, and that is a lakshana of Duti given in Sahitya Darpana. Obviously, Vishwanatha, when he wrote Sahitya Darpana, he had such wonderful text in front of him. It is not that the niyamas come first, the siddhanta comes first, and then comes the practical, right? These are the examples which are laid down through, strewn in the literature, the good pieces of literature of kavis like Bhasa, Kalidasa, etc. And upon that, the texts are based. And then they are structured, they are codified, and the definitions, etc. come there. Okay. So, Sahitya Darpana's definition, I think it is modeled on Bakulavalika as a Duti. Of course, Bhavabhuti also has, in Malati Madhava also, there is a Nisrushtartha Duti. So, whenever a lover wants to send a message and tidings, then it is through the Duti. In Meghaduta, for example, it is not a beloved, it's a wedded wife, but still Yaksha finds that Megha, that Ashadasya Prathama Divasa, the cloud, as an emissary, as a messenger, right? So, sthane khalu kaminam pranaha duti adhinaha. Very nice shloka. This is in Shalini Vritta. Shalini Vritta is ma, ta, ta, ga, ga, 11 letters in each charana. So, Shalini, I think only 1 or 2 verses are there in this Malavikagnimitram. The most common Vritta is Arya or Upendra Vajra and such thing, Upajati and all. Okay. Iravati says Hanje, Hanje, Hala, Haye, these are the Sambodhanas. Okay. Hanje, Haye, Hala, etc. are the Sambodhanas when ladies are addressing other ladies. Okay. Karita iva Bakulavalika iya Bakulawalikaya etasmin padam Malavika. This is a passive construction. By Bakulavalika, Malavika has been made to set foot in Agnimitra's love. Padam kru. This is a phrase. This is a phrasal sentence. Padam kru, Padam karita, Padam kuru, these are often used in Sanskrit drama, and here it is a passive construction. It is, difficult to translate, because this is the first drama of Kalidasa, perhaps he has made this complex situation. It could have been just, like Padam karita, Bakulawalikaya, Padam karita, Malavika. So, Nipunika says, Bhattini nirvikarasyapi utsukata janaka sandeshaha utsukata janakaha upadeshaha. Nipunika has a very witty remark, All the chetis are very witty. They are like, what you can say, pratyutpanna matayaha striyaha, hajar jababi, according to the moment they have an answer. Ready-wittedness of the ladies. In Shakuntala, Kalidasa remarks, Pratyutpanna matayaha striyaha. Like we have Nisarga nipunaha striyaha, right? Similarly, Pratyutpanna matayaha striyaha. Ladies can find with their ready-wittedness answer in every difficult situation. They have an answer for that. They have a solution for that. Okay. So, nirvikarasya api utsukata janakaha upadeshaha. The way Bakulavalika is advising Malavika, even if the other person is not loving Agnimitra, it would be, that girl would be made to love Agnimitra by such words. So, and here we know that Malavika is already madly in love with Agnimitra, but the way Bakulavalika is presenting herself, the message of king, and instigating or moving her step by step in towards that path of fruition of her love, it is nirvikarasya, a person though doesn't have any feeling, the feelings would be arising in the hearts. Nirvikarasya api utsukata janakaha upadeshaha. Then Iravati says, after coming there, she said, I don't want to go further. Nipunika said, Kimna anvishyate bharta? And Iravati said, no, Shankitam me hridayam, etc. I am little bit, apprehensive, so let me stay here. I don't want to search. And now she says, Sthane khalu Shankitam me hridayam. And therefore she has 100% assurance in her own heart that Agnimitrena tatraiva kutrachit bhavyam. He would be there around, So when he makes an entry, she says, oh yes, I thought the same. Gruhitartha anantaram chintayishyami. So let me collect all the data first. Gruhita artha. Okay, let me collect the bits of information first and then anantaram chintayishyami. What to do of Malavika? I will think later. Let me collect all the things. Let me listen to what is going on here, and then I will decide how to punish Malavika, how to talk about her to Queen Dharini and get her punished. I mean, all these things are running in her mind, The processes have already started. Sthane khalu shankitam me hridayam grihitartha anantaram chintayishyami. Bakulavalika, unaware of all these people, Esha dvitiyaha. See, while Bakulavalika is having a very friendly conversation with Malavika, at the same time, she is also decorating her food, with alaktaka and putting that design and all that and having nupura on it, etc. Esha dvitiyaha apite nirvritta parikarma charanaha. Dvitiyaha api charanaha nirvritta parikarma. Parikarma, pari plus kru, but parikarma, pari is basically paritaha, all around. And kru is to do. So to do something all around. That will be the derivative meaning of that. But parikarma as a samudnya has a special connotation, and that is putting decorations on body. Especially with chandana, with some ubtan, some anointment, some lepa, or like mendi, alaktaka, something putting on the body. So that is the deha samskaraha. Kesaradina deha samskaraha, that is called parikarma. Okay. So this is a special connotative meaning, decorating the body parts. So nirvritta parikarma dvitiyaha api charana. The second one is also almost done. Yavadvau api sanupurau karomi. You remember the first food, she drew the design and all and then said, Kevalam mukhamarutena lambhitavyaha. I have just to blow it. But then says, Athava pravatoyam pradeshaha. This place is quite windy. I need not blow through my mouth. And now, after both the feet have been done, and then she will put the nupura, right? The anklet. So, dvau api sva nupurau karomi. Iti natyena nupura yugalam amuchya. Amuchya is a very different type of this thing, A plus mucha. Mucha is a root, right? A iti arvag arthe. Normally, A, the upasarga, has arvak artha. Mucha is to loosen, to let go. Okay. But amucha again has a spatial connotation of tying or wearing, putting around. Okay. And therefore, let me put the nupura on your feet, and tatha nupura yugalam amuchya. But the amuchya, the verbal meaning, you have to take as per the context. When you say amokshante katakshaha, there amucha doesn't mean to put on or to tie. They are releasing, letting go the kataksha, the side glances. Okay, there the meaning is a plus mucha is to let loose, let go. But here when it comes to the alankara, they are not let loose, they are put on. Okay, so contextual meaning. So it is an example, I would say. I mean, this is not strictly in the sense of a homonym, but see, whenever there are homonyms to be interpreted or translated, you have to be very, very careful. For example, Yaska, see, Nirukta comes here, right? So Yaska discusses about the homonyms in his third, fourth, 5th and 6th, 4 chapters. He discusses about homonyms which are called Aikapadika. From Nighantu it is Aikapadika Kanda, okay, and he discusses every word, or Naigama Kanda, and he discusses every word, but then he cautions us that the meaning has to be decided by the Prakarana. Therefore, Artha Nityaha Pariksheta, but Naikapadani Nirbruyat Natve. Natvevana Nirbruyat. You have to etymologize the word, but within the context, right? So, Amokshante Katakshaha will be the side glances are set or let go, but Amuchya Nupuram, that means having put on the Nupura. So, very intricate, but then you have to be very careful while interpreting. Hala Uttishta Anutishta Devyaha Ashoka Vikasayitrukam Niyogam. Now, everything has been done. Mehendi wo Mahavar lagaya, and then Nupura also bhi chadhaya hai. So, now she has to get up and do the Niyoga. What is the Niyoga? The Ashoka Dohada Purti, that is to gently kick the Ashoka with the Vamapada, with the left foot. Ubhe Uttishthataha. Okay. Then Iravati here behind the bushes, she has, Shruto Devya Niyogaha. So this is Devi Dharini's Niyoga. Bhavatu Idhani, let us see what happens. Okay. She might have that, feeling of getting dejected or not being considered for this type of work. See, Dharini and Iravati both are the queens of King Agnimitra. Dharini had a fall from the swing, and therefore she can't do herself this task, but she could have easily assigned that to Iravati. So there is a Sukshma Asuya for Malavika. That could have been her right as well as a queen, and sidelining her, Malavika, a dasi, a slave girl, a maid servant, is assigned this job. So there is Asuya. There is jealousy for Malavika. She is already jealous of Malavika, Nirvaranya Malavikam. Oh, what a beautiful, no wonder Agnimitra loves her. That we have already seen. But now this task also, Malavika is assigned and not me. Maybe there is, some resentment, some indignance in her heart. Bakulavalika says, Eshaha uparudha ragaha upabhogakshamaha purataste vartate. Very beautiful sentence, in the sense it provides a wonderful and amazing pataka sthanaka, irony of situation. Irony caused by the punned words, the shlishta shabda. The thing is, pataka sthanaka has a separate thing, when there is vachana vinyasa, when you are saying something, if it is dvyartha, if it has pun, sushlishta, there is a pun on that, there is shlesha on that, then pradhanarthantarapekshi pataka sthanakam param. This is a definition given in the Darpana, Sahitya-Darpana and other works on Kavya Shastra. That dvyarthaha vachana vinyasaha sushlishtaha kavyayonitaha pradhanartha antarapekshi pataka sthanakam param. So when in the Kavya Yoni, in the Kavya Yoni, in the composition, in the literary composition, such a pada which has double meanings is uttered, then pradhana artha antarapekshi, the main artha is something else, but here something else is referred to. Of course, there is like aprastuta prashamsa also, or anyokti also in this. And in that particular situation is called Pataka Sthanaka. Let us examine the word here, the sentence, Eshaha Uparud Eshaha Purataha Te Vartate. Here he stands in front of you. Purataha Te Vartate. How is he? She is not furnishing the subject, okay, who? She is only giving the adjectives. What are the adjectives? Upabhoga Kshamaha, one who deserves to be enjoyed. Upabhogasya Kshamaha or Upabhogaya Arhati Kshamate iti. And Uparudha Ragaha, one whose raga is Vardhamana, one whose raga is Shlishta. Raga could be love, and raga also means ranga, the varna, the red color. Okay? So, Eshaha Uparudha Ragaha, here is one who can be enjoyed, and Upabhoga Kshamaha. How is he? He is having the red color enhanced, and red color is the color of love. Okay? And Raga also means Ranjanat Ragaha. Raga also means like Anuragaha, the love. Okay? So, Uparudha Ragaha, one whose love is enhanced. And Malavika, she is engrossed in her own thoughts. We have seen how lost she is throughout. When she comes, she walks down to the Pramadavana, she forgets, oh, what am I here for? And then she remembers, oh, Devi Dharini has given me some work, and Bakulavalika will be coming with her Charanalankara Hasta, and let me sit here till then, right? So she is totally lost. And therefore she, Saharsham Kim Bharta. The next sentence of Malavika, Kim Bharta. Oh, is it Bharta? That is Agnimitra, my lord? Because Uparudha Ragaha and Upabhoga Kshamaha are applicable, both these words are applicable to Agnimitra. She has been thinking of him alone. And therefore, when Bakulavalika says something, she also very wittily and cleverly, she doesn't mention the subject, she does mention only the adjectives which are applicable both to the Pallava Guchchaka of Ashoka as well as to Agnimitra. Kim Bharta, that itself shows how advanced she is in her journey of love. Sasmitam na tavad bharta eshaha Ashoka Shakhavalambi Pallava Guchchakaha. This is the new tender foliage which is red in color. So the bunch of leaves of Ashoka, the tender, very delicate, very nice, very soft to touch. So, Eshaha Ashoka Shakhavalambi Pallava Guchchakaha Avatamsaya Enam. This is Avatamsa, you just put it in your hair, as a decoration. So, this tender, the bunch of the tender, delicate, soft, red color leaves, that she is referring by Uparudha Ragaha and Upabhoga Kshamaha. Both have, this quality of being enjoyed, right? And therefore, it is Upabhoga Kshamaha and this one, Uparudha Ragaha. So, both are adjectives to applicable to both. Both had a good exchange, and so this is like the Pratyakhyana. Here now what Agnimitra's next sentence would be very interesting in this context, because he takes Uparudha Raga and Upabhoga Kshama to him also, applicable to him also. But unfortunately, he is not there in front of Malavika. It is only the Pallava Guchchaka which is in front, and she is putting it as a decoration. Api Shrutam Bhavata, Vidushaka says to king. Do you want any other confirmation of her love now? Yeah, Shrutam Bhavata, Sakhe Paryaptam Etavata Kaminam. This is more than sufficient for the lovers to say that, oh, like haste, khelte, baitte, utte, sote, khate, pite, every time you remember the same person, that shows how much deeply you are in love with that person. So I don't need any other proof of her love towards me. Paryaptam etavata kaminam. Instead of etavata, I feel it should be paryaptam etavat, this much. Why etavata, this tritiya, etavat, this much is more than sufficient for the lovers. And then the verse, very beautiful verse of Aprastuta Prashamsa. In fact, the Ashoka Shakhavalambi Pallava Guchchaka, which is described as Uparudha Raga, is also Aprastuta Prashamsa only. And now this verse comes here very beautifully. Anatura utkanthitayoho prasiddhyata samagamenapi ratirna mam prati paraspara prapti nirashayoho varam sharira nashaha api samanuragayoho. So he has confirmed to himself that Malavika is also deeply in love with him. As much as he loves her, she also loves him. So it is sama anuraga, okay. And for samanuraga people, even if they don't get united, sharira nashahapi, even if they die, ek duje ke liye, right? Sharira nashahapi varam, that is also better, okay. Paraspara prapti nirashayoho. If they are not going to get united in future, but if they love each other so much, if there is that intensity of love, even if they die pining for each other, it's better than what? Better than something. So varam na, this is a typical phrasal construction, varam na. Anatura utkanthitayoho prasidhyata samagama. Better than what? The samagama, the union of prasidhyata, very easily accomplishable union of anatura and utkanthita. One is not atura, one is not so, anxious to get united, and the other is very anxious to get united. I mean, if the love is not similar, burning in the hearts of both the people, one is burning with love and the other is very passive and cool, then their samagama doesn't have any significance. Better to die if your union is not getting accomplished, but what is the solace the people get is sama anuraga, that both have that same flame of love burning in their hearts, intense flame of love. So samanuragayoho kintu paraspara prapti nirashayoho sharira nashaha api varam. Then what? Anatura utkanthitayoho prasidhyata samagamena. In that na mam pratiratihi. If there is no rati, then I would feel that samanuragayoho sharira nashaha api varam. So I have got, like a confession from Malavika that she also deeply loves me. I am also in love with her. So even if for some other reasons Queen Dharini puts forth some impediments, Iravati comes forward, and there are so many like troubles and we can't get across those, then sharira nashaha api varam, rather than I being in love with her and she very passive to me or cold shouldered to me, I wouldn't be interested in her in that sense, right? So he basically got a confirmation of her love through this casual but very loving conversation between the two friends. So this is Aprastuta Prashamsa Alankara here. Malavika Rachita Pallavavatangsa Salilam Ashokaya Padam Prahinoti. So Rachita Pallava, now she has decorated, in the hair she has put that Pallava Guchcha also, and her feet are already like decorated and nupur and all. Salilam, gently and gracefully. Salilam Leelaya Sahitam Yathasya Tata Ashokaya Padam Prahinoti. For Ashoka, she puts forth her foot, that means she gently kicks that Ashoka. Vayasya Adaya Karna Kisalayam Asmad Iyamatra Charanamarpayati Ubhayoho Sadrusha Vinimayad Atmanam Vanchitam Manye. Oh friend, just see. This Ashoka gave her that Pallava Guchchaka, okay, that red colored bunch of leaves, and in return she has kicked him. So he gave her something and in return got something back from her. Adaya Karna Kisalayam, she got that Karna Kisalaya, she put it here, and then Charanamarpayati, she has given him her foot. Ubhayoho Sadrusha Vinimayad. So the Vinimaya is Sadrusha. Sadrusha in which sense? See, the Ashoka Pallava is Uparudharaga, reddish in color, and her Charana is also red in color because there is Alaktaka put on it. And therefore Sadrusha, when Kalidasa uses these words, no word is used randomly. It is significant, right? So we have to extract that meaning. How come the Sadrushatva works here? Both are reddish in color. So the Vinimaya is Sadrusha, the barter, the exchange is equal, Sadrusha. So nothing is, if you weigh it, nothing is lower or greater. Both are equal. Sadrusham Vinimayat Atmanam Vanchitam Manye. What I feel? Oh, I am cheated here. Because I can also have the Sadrusha Vinimaya. I am Uparudharaga. My love is enhancing towards her. If she gently kicks me with her foot, which ladies used to do, okay? Ardra Paradham, if you remember that verse, last time we read it. Ardra Paradham, Ardra Alaktaka she has put on her feet. And I wish that, like Ashoka, I should also be kicked on my head if I have done some mistake, some blunder, okay. So, getting a kick from her, that would have been Sadrusha for the king as well. But now Ashoka is getting that. Na shokaha vidyate iti Ashokaha. Ashoka, the name is also very significant. And but poor fellow, I am here standing behind the bush and just watching it and not getting anything in return from Malavika, right? So this is like exactly, see, this is a very crude one, or the basic one of Kalidasa. In Shakuntala you get a finer version of this. Vayam Tattvan Veshat Madhukara Hataha Tvam Khalu Kriti. When Dushyanta is observing these three girls watering the plants, and while watering one of the madhu, this malati creeper, a bee gets distracted and starts hovering around Shakuntala's face. And then, very beautiful description there Kalidasa is doing of this, Sometimes the bee is, hovering around her ears, then as if murmuring some sweet nothings, as a lover would murmur sweet things in the ears of the beloved. The bee is humming around her ear, and then it is so courageous that it goes and sits on her lips. See, the Madhukara, and I have been like wondering here and thinking, how could Kanava, a brahmachari, a sannyasi, have a daughter as beautiful as Shakuntala? I am just thinking and thinking, Vayam Tattvan Veshat Hataha Madhukara Tvam Khalukriti. You did what you wanted to do. I wanted to do all these things, but I am sitting here thinking of, is it proper on my part? My love for Shakuntala, is it justified, this and that? I am just, involved in all these dry things, and Madhukara, you did the job which I wanted to do. So that is a better version, like in the romanticism, how everything could be conveyed. And then Mallinatha there comments, like Kamininam adharasvadaha surata datirichyate. The adharasvada of the Kaminis, of the beautiful ladies, is more beautiful, more charming than the actual union. Suratat atirichyate. So this is, I mean, Shrungara is the Rasa Raja, and how you delineate it, how you describe it, not in a very, what you can say, express it everything so in a factual manner, it doesn't become charming, it doesn't become relishable. So this is like the Parivritti Alankara, it is stated here, Arya Chanda and Parivritti Alankara. Parivritti is exchange. So there is a poetic exchange now. This is not that I give 100 rupees to the shopper and get some grocery. It's not that parivritti. It's a kavyatma exchange, Ashoka has given her the Pallava Guchchaka, the red in color, and she has given a gentle kick to him, red in color. Okay. So that is Sadrisham, and Aham Atmanam Vanchitam Manye, Akritartham Manye. Apinam avayoho sambhavana safala bhavet. Malavika, that she has done the Dharini's work, okay. And Queen Dharini has promised her apparently that if this my favorite Ashoka, Tapaniya Ashoka, blossoms within 5 days or 5 nights, we discussed about this Pancharatrabhyantare, right? So if it blossoms, then she will fulfill my desires. That's what Dharini had promised, right? So she is now just, her niyoga is done. Will I get in return what I expect? Apinama avayoho sambhavana safala bhavet. Sambhavana here means expectation. Okay? Sambhavana here doesn't mean honor or privilege. It means expectation. But when Iravati says Iravati said it, Mahati khalu asyaha sambhavana. What an honor Malavika has been given, that to kick that Ashoka, the favorite of Queen, Dharini entrusted her. Mahati khalu asyaha sambhavana. There sambhavana means honor, privilege. Okay? But here sambhavana is expectation. Apinama avayoho sambhavana safala bhavet. Will our expectations be fulfilled? Sakhi nastite doshaha. If for expectation to get fulfilled, what Queen Dharini expects is the Ashoka should put forth blossoms within 5 nights. So Bakulavalika tries to console her by saying, Sakhi nastite doshaha nirgunoyam ashokaha yadi kusuma udbheda mantharo bhaved idrusham charana satkaram labhate. This Ashoka, who has got this much honor of a tender and delicate kick by you, a beautiful woman, if he doesn't put forth flowers, if he is slow, manthara, in what? Kusumodgama, kusumodbheda, then we should say that this Ashoka is nirguna, nirgunoyam Ashoka. This Ashoka doesn't care for any virtues or qualities. He doesn't care for your beauty. He doesn't care for all these things. So you should not blame yourself even if the worst has to happen. Okay? Worst come worst. What will happen? Ashoka will not flower, but that is not your fault. It is the fault of the Ashoka. Okay? Sakhi nastite doshaha nirgunoyam ashokaha yadi kusumodbheda mantharaha bhaved yaha idrisham, such an honor. Who will get? This Ashoka is getting an honor of being gently kicked by you, the most beautiful girl. And therefore if it doesn't blossom, it is his fault, not your fault. Okay? Now the king has not yet made an entry. He will recite a verse now and then he will make an entry, but I am afraid in this short time I will not be able to complete the verse. Let me just read it and then stop for the day. Anena tanumadhyaya mukhara nupuraravina navamburuha komalena charanena sambhavitaha Ashoka yadi sadya eva kusumairna sampatsyase vritha vahasi dohadam lalita kami sadharanam. This is a Prithvi Vritta. Maybe in a Prithvi Vritta we have in Marathi like Susangati Sada Ghado Sujana Vakya Kani Pado. In that you can recite this. Anena Tanu Madhyaya Mukharanu Purara Vina Navamburuha Komalena Charanena Sambhavita. Ashoka yadi sadya eva kusumairna sampatsyase vrutha vahasi dohadam lalita kami sadharanam. So this is the Prithvi Vritta. We'll read the verse next time. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.